Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about the fixed asset acquisition. Basically, for the fixed asset acquisition, you have three ways to do it. You can purchase the fixed asset through the purchase invoice, or you can acquire the fixed asset through your FA journal or FAGL journal. But to use which journal, it depends on if your fixed asset depreciation book has the integration with your GL or not. So you can check the setup of your depreciation book to decide that. And also the third method is to use the fixed asset acquisition wizard to acquire the fixed asset. So in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how you can purchase the fixed asset through these three ways. Okay, I will start with the purchase invoice. And somebody may ask why we need to use the purchase invoice instead of the purchase order. So I will give you the answer very shortly. So let's see, we create a purchase invoice for this vendor, and I'm gonna give it the vendor invoice number. I'm gonna use today's date. So today's date is June the 1st, 2020. So, and I'm gonna use the timestamp for the current time, 3:03. So actually, you have to use the actual vendor invoice that you get from your vendor, because I'm using the Kronos demo database. So I'm just using this invoice number for the demo purpose. Okay, so on the line, you have to enter as a fixed asset. But before you can purchase the fixed asset from this purchasing invoice, you have to create a fixed asset first. Let's go back to our fixed asset list. And you can see under the acquired column, everything says yes. So I will create a new fixed asset by copy one of the existing fixed asset. So click on actions on in the ribbon, then click on copy fixed asset. Have the use FA number series checkbox checked, then it will follow the number series in the system to create a number for the new fixed asset. Okay. You see this new fixed asset created, acquired says no, okay? And then I'm going back to my purchase invoice so I can use this fixed asset on the line. So going back to our topic, why we have to use the purchase invoice instead of the purchase order. The reason for that is because we have to make sure we go to choose column, and then we have these three fields show up. The first one is FA posting tab. The second one is the depreciation book code. The third one is the use duplication list. I'll explain why we need to use them. So by default, the acquisition cost by default, the fixed FA posting tab will automatically populate acquisition cost. This is the option we need, but you also have the other option like maintenance and operation. Because we are doing the fixed asset acquisition, so I'm going to select the acquisition cost as the FA posting tab. And the depreciation book code will automatically populate the value from the fixed asset. On the fixed asset card, then you have a place you set up the depreciation book. So I'm using this company as a depreciation book. So that value will automatically populate here. And then you can select use duplication list. So I'll explain the field for this later, okay? And now I go back to the topic why we have to use the purchase invoice, not the purchase order. So on the purchase invoice, we need to have these three fields selected. But if we go, so this is the purchase invoice subform, you have those fields available when you choose column. But if we go to purchase orders, then we open an existing purchase order and take a look. See if you have those fields available. So I'm going to choose columns on the purchase order subform, and then we're gonna search by the field start with F, which is FA posting tab. You see the only result here is finished. That's not what we need. And I'm gonna pressing F on my keyboard to search on this existing fields list. It still doesn't have that option. Okay, for the second field, which is the depreciation book code, I'm searching by D. You see, it has these options, but I'm gonna search this side. Both sides does not have the depreciation book code. And the third field, use duplication list. I'm pressing U on my keyboard to search any field start with letter U. I don't see it. I don't have the use duplication list. So that's the main reason like you cannot use the purchase order. Another reason is like fixed asset is not an inventory item. So you do not need to go through the receiving process. So you don't need to use the purchase order, because for purchase order, when you post, you have the receiving process. Once you put a fixed asset on the line, on the purchase order, and then you post to receive, you cannot undo that receiving anymore, because it will give you an error message saying the fixed asset tab, the undo receive does not work for the type fixed asset. So that's why the receiving process is for inventory item, it's not for fixed asset. So it's better you use the purchase invoice, not the purchase order. So do not use the purchase order for the acquisition of the fixed asset. That's some confusion from the customers, okay? I'm going back to my purchase invoice. Let's finish what we have right now for that fixed asset acquisition. Actually, the third field, that's where I stopped at before. This field, use duplication list. How do we use this? For example, if in your company you have more than one depreciation book, if you look at my setup here, in this demo company, you can see I have 2 depreciation book. So this company depreciation book, and you can see here under the integration tab, I have everything integrated with the GL. And I have this CCA depreciation book. Under the integration tab, nothing was integrated with GL. So to select this integration tab and the options you selected here, decide if you use the journal, you are going to use FA journal or FA GL journal. If it's integrated with the GL, then if you are not going to use the purchase invoice, but you want to use the journal to post the same thing, then you have to, if it's not integrated here, nothing was integrated selected, then you have to use the FA journal. If you have like this checkbox, GL integration acquisition cost, you have this checkbox selected, and when you use this depreciation book, then you have to use FA GL journal. So this integration with the GL decides if you use the FA journal or FA GL journal, okay? And yeah, with that said, we have 2 depreciation book, and if we go to our fixed asset we are trying to acquire right now, then if you want to use the duplication list, you have to go to your fixed asset, go to add more depreciation book, because we want to duplicate, we want to record this fixed asset purchasing in both depreciation book. And so I'm just copy down everything from the first one. So under the depreciation books, you have to select the 2 depreciation book, okay? And if we go back to our purchase invoice, let's go back from here. And then on the line, right now I have the depreciation book company set up. If I check this checkbox, and also, and we already set up the other depreciation book on that fixed asset, on this fixed asset, right? And another thing we have to make sure is when you go to your depreciation book for the other one, so you have to make sure this one, for this CCA depreciation book, then you need to enter the duplication tab, fast tab. You need to have this checkbox checked in order to duplicate the fixed asset, okay? So I need to enable part of the duplication list, this checkbox. Then when we post this purchase invoice, because the CCA depreciation book does not have any integration with the GL, then at the same time, you acquire this fixed asset and post to the depreciation book company, it will create another FA journal for the other depreciation book CCA, okay? So let's post this fixed asset now. Let's post this fixed asset purchasing right now. Oh, because I didn't enter anything. So we have to finish the line entry, okay? So let's say this fixed asset was 20,000, okay? Then we post it, okay? Okay, so it has been posted. This purchase invoice has been posted. At the same time, it posts this purchase invoice. Then you could see if you go to your FA journal, then you will see there's a line created automatically from that duplication list, but it's duplicating this fixed asset acquisition from the depreciation book company to the CCA depreciation book, and with the same purchasing amount, 20,000. Then you can post this as well, okay? And I have to use the document number, so have to use the document number defined by the number series. It's posted successfully. And if you go to your fixed asset list, then you check your acquired column. So this one is the last one. This fixed asset is the one we just acquired. Then you could see this acquired shows yes now. Okay, and if you go under, you see for both depreciation book, it has the book value 20,000 because you post the purchase invoice and you post the purchase invoice for this depreciation book company, and also you posted the FA journal which got duplicated from that purchase invoice, which is the same book value amount 20,000. So that's why it shows it has been recorded on both depreciation books. Okay, so this fixed asset acquisition is completed. Let's make another example. For the second method, we're going to use the FA journal directly to post the fixed asset. Okay, so first we have to create a fixed asset. We're going to copy this fixed asset again. So let's go to Actions, Copy Fixed Asset. Let's create another one. Okay, so this new one created is not acquired. And the acquisition, the depreciation book on this fixed asset is company, okay? Because if you look at the company depreciation book, it's integrated with the GL. The acquisition cost is integrated with the GL. So I have to use, in order to create the acquisition through the journal directly, I have to use the fixed asset GL journal instead of the fixed asset journal, because the acquisition cost is integrated with the GL for that depreciation book company. So I have to go here, and then let's say we're creating an invoice like the same as the purchase invoice. So then we're gonna use today's date, and I'm gonna put a timestamp here. And the account type will select fixed asset, and the number we're gonna select the new one we created, which hasn't got acquired. The depreciation book code will automatically populate the depreciation book code you set up on that fixed asset. And the posting, the FA posting tab, we have to select acquisition cost. From this line, actually, you can do the same thing. You can make the duplication list. You can use the duplication list as well. But I will just leave it for now. So this field is available on the fixed asset GL journal, like on your purchase invoice lines. Okay, but I'm gonna just skip it. I'm not gonna use this for now. I'm not gonna duplicate it. Okay, but you have that available. But I'm just skip this checkbox for now. I just want to post it to that company depreciation book instead of the other one. Okay, so then I have to use the same document number. And the second line, I'm going to use the Wonder as the other side, because the other side can be the Wonder bank account or GL account. You can select those three ones. But I'm going to use the Wonder as well. And similar to that purchasing invoice, I'm going to use the Wonder number 10,000. And we don't need to put anything on the line for the depreciation book code and FA posting tab, because that's for the fixed asset posting on the first line. And then, so this is the Wonder is the other side of this posting, right? Because the amount you have put here, let's say this one is also for 20,000, and this will be negative 20,000 for the other side. Then I can just post this journal line, and it's posted successfully. If we go back to this fixed asset list and refresh, you see this acquired becomes change from no to yes now. Okay, so this is the second method. You can use FA journal or FA GL journal to acquire the fixed asset. So I'm going to create a new fixed asset again, and this time I'm going to use the third method to go through the fixed asset acquisition wizard. Okay, and I'm still using this fixed asset as the one I'm going to copy from. and I'm gonna copy a new one. So in the list, I have this new one, FA000170 copied, and it's not acquired yet. If I open this fixed asset card on the top, you have this smart notification, which give you the option if you want to acquire from here. If you click on acquire, then it will go through the fixed asset acquisition wizard. Then you can click on that next from this welcome screen. And let's say it's 20,000 for this fixed asset. I'm going to use this acquisition date for now, and click on next. And I'm going to use the vendor. You see, you can post to the other side, can be GL account or vendor bank account. I'm going to use vendor for now. I'm still going to use this vendor 10,000. And the external document number, I'm going to put it like, so right now, the timestamp is 0318. But actually, you have to use the actual document number. So I'm going to click on next. When I finish this wizard, it will automatically open the journal. And the system automatically detected what journal you have to use, because this depreciation book company has the integration with the GL. Then system detected it has to use the FA-GL journal instead of FA journal. Okay, I'm going to click on this checkbox and click on finish. It will automatically open up the FA fixed asset GL journal. You see, exactly like we manually entered, like the second method we use, like we manually enter these lines. But from this wizard, it just automatically created this line for you. Okay, then we can, the amount, everything has been entered, then we can just go ahead to post this journal. And after we post it, we can go back to our fixed asset. And we could see it changed from acquired no to yes, right? For this new fixed asset. We're going back. So you could, if I refresh, it changed from acquired no to yes. So this fixed asset has been acquired. Okay, so I think that's everything I want to share in this video. And this video basically telling you the difference for using the purchase invoice and the purchase order to acquire the fixed asset. Why you cannot use the purchase order, that purchase document to acquire the fixed asset, but you have to use the fixed invoice. And the three methods you can use to acquire the fixed asset. You can use the purchase invoice, or you can use the FA journal or FA-GL journal, depends on your fixed asset posting tab has integration with your GL or not. And the third method is through the fixed asset acquisition wizard on the fixed asset card. Okay, hope this information helpful, and thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. I hope to see you guys again next time.